Good morning, everyone. I am SuperDerek, and it's time for your JRPG Weekly Update. Last week, we ended up not doing a JRPG Weekly Update due to the fact that I was with family for the holidays, and it was also a really slow news week. So I hope that you guys had fun with your families, and I figured we'd just do kind of a bigger news show this week, which I'm glad that we did, because this week was also a really slow news week. But we do have one big news story that I kind of wanted to talk about a little bit more than usual, and that is the story of Persona 5S, Persona 5B, Persona 5R. What are these? What is this? What happened? A lot of rumors were going around lately because Atlus had on December 26th registered several domains, including Persona5R.jp, Persona5S.jp, Persona5B.jp. A lot of these something was definitely happening with Persona 5, and it wasn't really clear what it was. A lot of people were really hoping for a Persona 5 Switch release, which would be in kind of line with that Persona 5S and what we saw with Dragon Quest XI-S. So hopefully that S means something. Unfortunately, we didn't really get any news about what that S ever meant, but we did on December 30th, that is just yesterday, we got a trailer, not a trailer really, it was more of a teaser for Persona 5R. And what is Persona 5R, guys? Nobody knows yet. It has just got this little teaser out there. We know that something's happening, but that teaser did dash a lot of hopes for a lot of people because it starts off with that PlayStation 4 chime, which would indicate to me, and probably most, that Persona 5R is not going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch. It's not going to be a Switch port, whatever it is. That does kind of suck, but what could Persona 5R be? Well, I've taken the liberty of going off and creating a small list of possible answers to what Persona 5R could be. I've decided to, speculate away, and I think I've come up with some pretty good ideas. So, what do you guys think? Persona 5R could be a Persona 5 remaster. Persona 5 was going to be released on the PlayStation 3, and it was in development for a long while. So long, in fact, that it ended up getting released on the PlayStation 3 and then ported over to PlayStation 4. And so Persona 5 on PlayStation 4 is basically a higher frame rate version of Persona 3 on PlayStation 3. It didn't really take full advantage of the PlayStation 4 hardware. So perhaps what we're going to see in this remaster is something that maybe takes more full advantage of the PlayStation 4, which would be pretty great. Also, the trailer that we did see, it did say that more news of this would be incoming in March. So we've got a while to think of this. But top minds, we can put this together. Let's see, what else could it be besides a PlayStation 4 remaster? Well, how about Persona 5 Remix? And by remix, I basically mean like what they did for Persona 3 when they remade it or remastered it as Persona 3 FES, where you had a new day schedule and you had new bosses, new dungeons, new enemies, that sort of thing. Or what they did with Persona 4 when they remade Persona 4 Golden for Vita. They gave it a new schedule. They gave it, it's not unheard of for Atlus to re-release games with a remix of sorts. So I think that that's a pretty strong candidate, and it could even be both. It could be a remix and a remaster for PlayStation 4. Maybe. That'd be pretty sweet, right? I think that we'll have to wait and find out. When I was reading around on Reddit about this, though, somebody else had a pretty interesting idea, and I can't remember the name of the person, but I think it was actually a few different people who were hoping for a Persona 5 racing game. Now, Persona 5 racing, I think Atlus is already expanding their territory into other genres. We've seen rhythm-based games with their dancing series. We've seen fighting games with their arena games. So it could be that they're just expanding into another genre, a kart racer, which, kind of would make sense, with Morgana as the van maybe, and Makoto, I think she had a motorcycle that was pretty rad. So it's entirely possible that it's a kart racer. And then it dawned on me. I think I figured this out. I think I figured out what Persona 5R actually is, because it just seemed so obvious as soon as it came. It just a light above my head. Persona 5 ROYALE. Yes, that's right, everybody. Persona 5 ROYALE. Every game starts off with Morgana riding through the sky, and then everybody jumps out. Everybody already has their guns from the game, and then they just start brutally murdering each other when they land. I think that would really just fit Persona 5 to the T. Hey, it's still 2018. I can make that meme if I want to. Anyways, guys, we have some other stuff to talk about. There weren't really any new games that were announced last week, but we did get some localization and release date updates, starting with Zonky Zero Last Beginning, which is going to be released in March of 2019 in the United States for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4, Steam, and Xbox One. There's also an open world survival RPG called Outward that's going to be launching also in March of 2019, on March 29th of 2019 to be precise. That's coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and to Steam as well. Dragon Quest XI. We talked about this a second ago. That's the Nintendo Switch port of Dragon Quest XI. That's going to be coming out in Japan sometime in 2019. So I guess we kind of assumed that, but no, it's been officially stated that yes, it's coming out in 2019, and this is going to feature that Japanese voice acting. Still no word on whether or not that's going to come to the States. Knock on wood, I think that the chances of that coming to the States are actually pretty good, and it's also probably a pretty good chance that we'll get the Japanese voice acting. Knock on wood, who knows? And then there's a Japanese PS4 and Switch releases of Langrisser 1 and 2 that has been delayed. It's going to be delayed back until April 18th of 2019. So, yeah. Now, last week in SuperDerek, I ended up skipping the Jrpg weekly update. As I talked about before, I ended up taking most of last week kind of easy. I took that time off for holidays. I hope that you guys had a good holiday as well, but I did end up releasing my review of Kingdom Hearts 1, which I was really happy with, and it seems like a lot of people actually really enjoyed that review as well. There will probably be a link to it up here somewhere, so make sure you check that out if you haven't already. And we have Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories is just around the corner. That's the game that I've already played through. I've written and done the review. I just need to edit the thing together, and I hope to have that out on Friday of this week. And this week I've also been streaming through Kingdom Hearts 2, so that's going to be coming up pretty soon as far as releases go, or review releases. So keep your eyes out for that. And if you want to come hang out while I stream, I do stream over at twitch.tv/SuperDerekRPGs. Let's see. And one last bit of quick news-ish. It's not really news, kind of more of an announcement about if you like the JRPG weekly update, which if you're still here right now, chances are you do. Make sure that you tune in on Sundays from now on, because that's when I'm going to start releasing these instead of Monday mornings. Sunday mornings is where I'm really aiming for now, for the foreseeable future. As for new releases that are coming out this week, literally nothing is coming out on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. All week, just there are 0 releases, RPGs or otherwise. There's a few games that are coming out on Switch, I think the eShop, but none of them were RPGs either. And I checked Switch and PS4, Xbox One, 3DS, Vita, nothing is coming out this week. So save your gift cards, just just sit tight. We'll have some stuff, I think, probably within the next few weeks, but unfortunately, not now. I think anybody who was aiming for that holiday launch window rushed a little bit to get it there, and then nobody wants to release immediately following that time when nobody has any money left over for the holidays, you know? Anyways, it has been a wonderful year, guys. It has been a crazy year. It's been a terrible year. It's been a year, that's for sure. Let's hope that 2019 is just better, you know? Let's just hope. It's been a huge year. 2018 was a huge year for my channel and for me and for RPGs. 2019 looking like it's going to be a great year for RPGs as well. Thank you all so much for joining me, guys. It has been so good to be able to talk to you again. And I will talk to you guys next time. So, I'm trying to remember, was there something else I wanted to talk about? Here's one last little bit of hope for you guys to hang on to. Those of you who are really curious about Persona 5, Persona 5S still has a registered domain out there somewhere. Persona 5S, we still have no idea what that is, and that could still potentially be a Persona 5 Switch port. So, you know, fingers crossed. Anyways, guys, take care. I am SuperDerek, and this was all news to me.